Alright guys, so I wanted to show you the radio volume on the Kawasaki Vaquero. So this has the stock radio. I don't have Bluetooth on this setup yet. You can buy an adapter from Vulcan Tunes and connect it into here, and you can do Bluetooth. I'm planning on doing that some other time. It's like almost $300 Canadian to do that right now, so I'd rather put that into something else, to be honest. But basically you have your controls here for the radio. You have your volume up, volume down. You have your preset. So if you press the tune in, you can actually switch your preset, the station. So like I'm pressing it, I'm going through my different stations, and I saved these stations. And if you just kind of like press it, it'll start scanning, or like go to the left or go to right, it'll start scanning. But what I wanted to show you is the volume of it, because a lot of people say you can't hear this. So I have kind of two comments on this. So you see, I don't have the stock windshield. I actually have the 12-inch windshield. With the 12-inch windshield, you can hear this just fine on the highway. You can hear it more than fine in the city. It sounds good. If you have the stock, I think it's a maybe like 6-inch one. It's just the black one that comes with it. You can't hear it. The wind noise is too loud. You can't hear it when you're on the highway. With the 12-inch one, you can. You don't need to actually replace it. So I'm gonna play some sounds. I'm gonna play some of the radio. I don't know what's gonna be playing, so I'm gonna skip songs and see if I can see some like a station that's like a talk show or something, just so you can hear the sound. So volume. Wow. Okay. So there's no ads or a talk show right now. So I'm gonna go on this channel for a second. I'm gonna blast it. Yeah, so you can see it's actually quite loud. So like I said, if you have the higher windshield, you can hear this on the highway, no problem. If you have the lower stock windshield, you can't hear it. The wind noise is just too much. So again, like I thought I was gonna replace these, but I got this bike used and it had the stock windshield, or this windshield here. As is, like it came installed with it, and honestly, like I didn't think it needs replacing. But then the previous owner also gave me the stock windshield, and I ended up putting it in to kind of try out to see the difference. And basically, like you can't hear your exhaust anymore, and you can't hear your radio anymore. So I personally like this kind of. I decided to give the longer one. It doesn't look as cool. I know there's some black ones that you can buy, but they're like also $300-400 for that. I don't think it's worth it when I have this already. Yeah, so this is with a higher windshield, you don't need to replace these, but if you do have a smaller windshield, you will need to replace them. If you want to hear it going highway speeds like 100-120 kilometers and over, you'll definitely need to replace them if you have the stock windshield. With a longer one, you're good to go. Quickly also on the stock exhaust. So this bike also came with a stock exhaust, and honestly, it sounds good enough. It's nice and loud when you are cracking the throttle. It gives you a nice crackle and on decel. You can hear it on the highway, you can hear it in regular, but again, with these higher windshield, with the stock, the wind noise just comes too much. So I think like if you're kind of indifferent about the sound that you're gonna hear from the exhaust and the radio, maybe try replacing your windshield first. It will, like this one here is 12-inch. I look over it. I don't look through it. It's a perfect height for me, and I'm 5'7", and it just works really well. I don't look through. I hate looking through a windshield. This one I look over, and basically the wind hits me right on top of my helmet. I don't get buffeting, so like my head isn't moving around, and it cuts the noise of the wind significantly. So yeah, that's it. That's how the radio sounds and how the, I'll talk about here. Let me turn on the bikes really quickly so you can hear the exhaust. So yeah, that's literally how the stock exhaust sounds, and I think it sounds good. Like, you can, sure, you can make it louder. You don't need to if you have a longer windshield. I'll turn on the radio one more time.
Si l'on ne prend que la... Comme she's got kicking Jackie Chan. So put away your makeup on the megaphone.
Yeah, so you can hear it's quite loud. And this actually has a really cool little feature. So basically it has adaptable audio. I'm not sure what they call it here, but let's say I have the volume here on 10. Whenever you start riding fast, there's going to be more wind noise, more exhaust noise. It actually like automatically adjusts the volume up, so you'll hear it. And I kind of like doing that, because when you're coming to a stop, you don't want to be a complete asshole where everybody's going to hear everything you're listening to. It brings down the volume, and then as soon as you start riding, it goes back up again to something that you can hear. So it's a cool little feature. So yeah, hopefully that kind of helps you guys if you're wondering what the radio sounds like or the volume sounds like on this. I know that it's one of those things that people always never want to play it because of copyright. I don't know if anything's going to happen with this, because like I'm barely playing these.
Background music for Packing for the Cottage. Love you, DJ Climax!
Yeah, look at that. We do birthday shout-outs. We got people headed to the cottage, people having a good time, showing DJ Climax a lot of love. We love that. We've got more partying to do. We've got a whole other hour of exclusive remixes from my guy, DJ Climax.
Yeah, so it's good enough. The other thing quickly, actually, since I'm looking at it here, this is cool to look at. It's completely useless to use while you're riding. It's way too far, and unless you have incredibly long arms, you're not gonna reach. It's not safe, and you can't reach it. So when you're still, sure, you could try and use it, but when you're actually moving, you're just looking at it. You're not using it. You can turn it off if you don't want it, and you'll always have the Kawasaki logo, which I've tried I've like ridden a couple times without it, but I quite enjoy having just a little bit of music in the background. I never really blast it. Kind of just makes it less lonely on the road, let's say. And I focus a little bit more with some music playing as well. So yeah, it's, again, the music system is good enough if you have the stock windshield. Same thing with the exhaust. It's good enough if you have the stock exhaust. I don't know though, if you change the exhaust to something that's louder, but you keep the stock radio or speakers, I don't know how that's gonna sound. That's something you're gonna have to play around with. But yeah, hopefully this helps if you're wondering how this sounds like.